Of Shabbos Pasha Vayigash, there's a word, Vayigash Elu Yehuda, Vayemer Bi Adeni, a word from Magid. Chazal sagen, Ena Goshe Elo Lit Filo. And the pasuk is merames that when a person comes to daven to Hashem, shouldn't only daven for himself, to Hashem for himself, for his gashmis. No, Vayigash Elu Yehuda, steht dort es meint, als der Ish Yisrael, Ayid, Ish Yehuda is Ayid, when he's standing to be mispal to Hashem, how should he behave? That his whole kavonis from his tefillah should be to that is coming close to Hashem, and especially in Shemoneh Esrei, that he's kaviyochol being mashpia to the Shechina, to Hashem. It says, there's one pshat, keved reish, that you gotta understand that you're talking to the head. Sof kol sof, the whole lesson from Chanukah is that the Gashmis is for the Ruchnis. Sof kol sof, there's the Chelek Elokam Mal Mamish that is in the Yid, and that Chelek Elokam Mal Mamish, the Neshama that's on high, that comes from Chelek Elokam Mal Mamish, Ma Yisrael Olav Machshove, that part of the Neshama needs the sustenance, needs the Torah, needs the mitzvahs, needs the that he's not. So he's not asking for himself. He's asking for the nitzvahs alakus that the Eibishter invested in him to get closer to it and to be mile, and he should usfir in the kavanah yena. So he's talking about the reish, the chol reishin. He's asking not for himself. He's asking for Hashem. When a person stands to daven in front of Hashem, he forgets who he is b'chlal. He has to say Hashem shvasai tiftoch ufi agit losecha, because he doesn't have any wants. He doesn't have any desires or anything in mind. Right now, he's having an audience with Hashem. He says, Hashem shvasai tiftach. Hashem, I'm in front of you. There's only you, and I'm there with you, and nothing else. You're telling me to say, what bracha are you telling me to say? So, Baruch Hashanim. So all these things, I'm not saying because I need something. I'm nothing. I don't need anything. All I want to appreciate is the moment that I'm spending with you. I'm here with my Maker, with you, Hashem. Hashem Svosai Tiftach. And I'm saying the things that you tell me to say. I have no machshavas zoris. I have no machshavas teves. I have no machshavas. I have nothing. I am nothing. I am just submitting to you, Hashem. I'm standing in front of you. It's like standing in front of the king. I don't turn right or left. I'm just being aware of being in presence of Hashem. That Svosai Tiftach. So when a person is mispalel on the spark of the neshama that's Chelek Elokam Mal Mamish, when he's, in other words, he's davening for the Eibishter, that the Eibishter's kavanah is also chusfin. Is the Satan can't be mekatrik, and b'meila all your tefillas are neskabel. That's one way of one approach, and this is something that when you say Shema Yisrael, Su Morim Elechem. So from a word for Friedrich Rebbe, Morim means higher and higher, or noch higher. In other words, it's a constant aveda of opening your eyes. The Rebbe said to open your eyes. Mashiach is coming. What does that mean? People ask, is the time going by, and what and when? Opening your eyes means that it's all there. Mizalefnadegen means that it's all there. Narvas, you have to lift yourself up. And that's the only way to lift yourself up, is through davening better, through learning more, to learning Dvar Malchus, to learning Geula Mashiach, to learning more Torah in depth. What does that mean? It means that a person can't, certain things he can't lift up. It says in today's Perek Tanya, certain things are not meant to be lifted up. They're Gimel klippes atmes, ein beim teif klal. The Rebbe writes in Tanya, as umas ha'olam ein beim teif klal is they have no teif. There's many answers, but one of the answers is that you're a yid, you have no business having anything to do with them because you can't be mila them. You can't be mila eating pig, chas v'sholem. You can't eat treifa animals. You just can't. Before Mashiach comes, you can't. Because you can't be mila it. You could be mila part of a thing, a kosher beheme, a torah dike beheme. You could be mila something that the Eibishter gave us from Klippas Nega that it's parav, and we could uplift ourselves through it, through utilizing the keiches that it gives us and strengthening us, and we eat food, l'shem shemayim, and we eat kosher food. Yeah, that's an aveda for us. But the same thing is if you keep on learning, and you keep on davening, and you keep on getting, and it's a journey, getting closer and closer to Hashem takes a long time. And so when you 30 years went by and you gave it all you got in Avodas Hashem, that's a good Kabbalah's Pnei Mashiach. The Rebbe Gezok that Kabbalah's Pnei Mashiach. That's a good hachana. Time is inconsequential here, in my opinion, because the second Mashiach comes, I always compare it like, if somebody dies, once he dies, there's no time anymore. A minute later, he wakes up when Mashiach is coming. It's amazing. He wakes up. In the meantime, time is an invented thing. It's a physical, relative, gashmistic thing. But in the Ruchnius, it's not really. It's just like somebody goes to sleep a whole night. He wakes up in the morning. He didn't feel that the 8 hours went by. He doesn't even know it existed b'chlal because he was in a different world, in a higher world. So, or not in this world, whatever it is. That this is the idea that we have to learn more Dvar Malchus, Gula Mashiach. To open our eyes means to be Mekabel Pnei Mashiach, to be receptive. In other words, you have to live it and see it and understand it and know it. Then when you come to somebody else and you're telling the whole world to be Mekabel Pnei Mashiach, if you say it with conviction and you say it with your you bring to the table you're fully alive with it, and you're Avodas Hashem, then the person will say it makes sense. The guy's living it. But if you don't believe in it yourself, how are you going to convince somebody else? If you yourself haven't convinced yourself, and how did you not convince yourself? Because it's not something you just say it. It's something that you live it, that you experience it, that you stellt zich weg hecher van Welt. Just like they taught us in business and in everything, Gashmis Dairah from Chanukah, that the Yevonim said all the Ruchnius and everything else, everything leads to the Gashmis, to the body, to the physicality, to the Hanoam from El Hazeh, and they couldn't accept that a Yid is just the opposite. Everything leads to Ruchnius. To say that how good Hashem is, how kind Hashem is, how sweet Hashem is, how all this is kedei. We should be able to sit and learn and daven and connect to Hashem. So this is the tachlis of a yid. This is the nes from Chanukah. That the tachlis is that all the gashmis that Hashem gives us is for the ruchnius. That we should. The ruchnius means to these sparks that came down in the gashmis. We should be meiler, mevarer, and bring everything closer to Hashem. That's the ruchnius. That's the lukus that we're talking about. The lukus that we talk about is Hashem. That we want to get closer to Hashem, internalize Hashem, live with Hashem, and that takes at least by me, it takes me a long time to grow up. When a person is small, he says in today's Perek Tanya, his seichel is limited, and he's only he only understands small things. In order for you, he should lift himself up higher and understand more and be receptive and grow. It takes many Maimorim to learn, many Daf Gemaras to learn, many mitzvahs to do, and many years of working on yourself until it after Hashem Elokecha, you really start to appreciate and love and and live with compassion and reveal the Ava Mesoteres and the Ava Selam, the Ava Rabbah, to reveal the Ava in you, that the Midas in you should be developed and begolui, that it takes you over, that your Avas Hashem and Yiras Hashem and your Midas are at a much higher level, and until the level that all this Avas Hashem slowly every single day seeps in, that open your eyes, that the Gula will come, Mashiach will come, take of miyad mamish, and the people should understand that that Vayigash Elov Yehuda means that that Yehuda was certain that the success will come. In Chassidus, he talks about that Yosef is Hesofer, always on a higher level, and it's like today's Haftarah L'Meve Echad Be'echad, the Eitz Ephraim and the Eitz Yosef and Yehuda should become one. That the tachlis is to grow and to get higher and higher, but in the same time Yehuda is the one, David Avdi Melech Aleim Leilam, the total Kabbalah soul, the total bittul, the total submitting and connecting to Hashem. That is the Vayigash Elov Yehuda, that Yosef and Yehuda, the success of a Yid coming down to this world has to be Sai Vayigbel B'Dark Hashem. Sai has to be proud and that he's zeicha and that he's so lucky that he's Chelek Al Kamer Ma'al Mamish, and that this is lucky in him, and that he has the Torah and the mitzvahs, that he has that opportunity to do this Aveda, to bring Mashiach and to lift himself up and the whole around everything around him, and inside that total humility and humbleness that a Yid has, that a Yid is totally submissive to Hashem, and everything he has is all kechas that Hashem gives him and gave him, and he has to just acknowledge and recognize that it's his Aveda to submit and submerge and Vayigash Elov Yehuda be totally like you're standing in Shemoneh Esrei, Kav the Kav in the presence of Hashem, and the Geula Mitzvah Shlema that will come take of Miyad Mamish.